Hey everybody, this week I've got a very nice video for you guys. It's going to be on this Overhauled 1995 Nerf crossbow. This has fully polycarbonate parts, it's got a polycarbonate pull, and it has polycarbonate catch and trigger, both hand machine. And I'll just go ahead and jump to some quick internal pictures so you guys can take a look real quick. So as you guys can see, it's all very nicely machined, all very sturdy. The catch lockup is very, very good on it, so you can hear it right here. And it doesn't dry fire at all. You can whack it, hit it, push on it. It will not fire until you pull the trigger. And then when you do, it has a very, very good seal. You can actually see the skirt in the front there. It's totally dead stopped in the plunger tube. And there's still a lot of pressure whenever you release. And this is shooting very, very nicely for a crossbow. I think it's doing about 100 plus pretty easily. But it's matched with a 14.5 inch CPVC breech, with a nice little O-ring at the back and a nice little friction lock. It slots in the front right here. And the cool thing about crossbows is whenever you look down the barrel, you can see the very tip of your barrel whenever you're looking down it, because the shell is so low profile. So it is a very, very accurate blaster in the right hands. And I have seen some people with these wreck people who are using much higher rate of fire blasters, such as Chicken, Drac, Zaxby's. They all just absolutely destroy people with them. Even if I've got a double rainbow and firing about 2 to 3 darts per second at them, they just do twirls around me and then take me out with one shot. But I'll go ahead and we'll go outside and we'll shoot it and see how you guys like it. We're going to be doing my shooting from inside today because it happens to be raining and I don't feel like getting my camera wet. So we're going to go ahead and use the 14.5 inch breech. I know many of you may be thinking, Nom, why don't you put a hopper or like a RCB on it? Well, the main thing is because it just doesn't really have the volume to drive one very well. It will fire on RCB, but you're only going to get like 80 feet or so, and it just puts a lot of strain on the internal. So overall, homemade internal crossbows where the shell can actually still close, you're probably better off just running it single. That's what they're built to do. That's what they're the best at, and it's just my opinion. RCBs and hoppers just put a lot of strain, because after the dart exits the barrel, you get a lot of slamming force against these front bolts, which can in turn put a lot of stress into the shell, and it's just not really worth the extra strain on it, if you ask me. But we're going to go ahead and fire it with the 14.5 inch CPVC breech, and I hope that you guys can see it because, as I said, I'm inside today. So this should guys give you a really, really accurate term of how well it shoots. You prime it, load it like any other standard pullback blaster, meaning you pull back your handle, you load your dart into the breech, like so. You close your breech and you're ready to fire. And by the time you actually get really good at doing this, you can reload in probably 2 seconds or so. It just really depends on how your darts fit and how experienced you are. It's been a little while since I used a pullback blaster in a war. I do occasionally, but we're going to go ahead and shoot it once, and then I got 3 more darts, and I'm going to shoot it outside and let you guys see how it does. Here's shot number 1. Excuse the cars driving in the back. Do shot number 2 now. Go ahead, pull back, load a dart, close it. Dart number 3. And it's doing pretty well. As you can see, it's very consistent. It's hitting about the same spot on that hill every single time. And like I told you guys before, if it is nailing like about a foot or 2 above the base of that hill, it's doing 100 feet pretty easily. Oh, almost forgot to close my breech. So as you can see, I have a 1 foot grouping out there, which is pretty good. It's pretty consistent. It has plenty of power, and it's dead accurate, which is what you want out of a crossbow. So now let's cut back to me inside. One thing that most people seem to really like about this blaster is this pull handle I made. This is made out of a piece of 1/2 inch polycarb, and it's loosely modeled on the stock one, and it is very, very comfortable. Your fingers are allowed to wrap around it, and there's no sharp edges like you generally get on a plus bow style pull. I also have this trigger. It is extended like you would normally do in your mods, but it's very nice. Just doing a quick once over. Let the camera focus. There's your reinforcement for the front, the back spring rest reinforcement, and the other side just real quick. Let's refocus, and there we go. It's very nice, very clean, and I really like it. Overall, the crossbow is kind of part of a dying breed selection of NIC nerfers. I wouldn't say dying, but it's just not nearly as prevalent as it used to be. And that is the ability to place a single long shot at a distance accurately, even while the target is moving. It's very important to be able to do that if you're going to choose this with a single breech as your main loadout. Usually supplemented by a small pistol in case somebody gets too close and you happen to not be able to reload fast enough. But people who like to use them generally like to nerf like it's 2009, like Chicken says. It's a very fun play style. I like doing it, and I hope you guys at least give it a try sometime. It is hilariously fun to do. Overall, I really enjoyed building this blaster. It's very fun. I might add some sound deadening because, as you guys heard when it was being fired, it is ridiculously loud when it's fired, especially when your ear is right here and you got this coming forward, and it's just the force goes through the whole thing, and it's a old creaky Nerf blaster. It might need some reinforcement stuff before it gets sent out to the person in Australia it's going to. This week I went with a longer video style than I have been. I've had some people who apparently like to really hear my voice and like to hear me explain things very thoroughly. If you guys like this video style, please leave me a like and a comment telling me if I should change anything, or if you have any questions about this blaster or other ones I've happened to build. And overall, I just hope you guys really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making them for you. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I'll try to have another video for you guys next week on Thursday.